Hello and welcome to Pow TV, your weekly recap for insane amounts of shows. We are here to talk about shows, and farts. So,
did you just take a Quaalude or something? Why are you so...
This is my NPR voice.
I hate boring.
It. Boo. Okay, any news of the week? Nope. Okay, let's... new Captain Marvel trailer!
Yeah, there was a new Captain Marvel trailer.
Huge amounts of sexist pushback from white dudes.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a whole different person. That trailer, changed me.
And that mohawk. I love it.
In my soul. That moment when she is just glowing, and then the red and blue and gold suit, I just watched that, 19 times. So good. And we talked about this the first time, but that fade from with her to with a hero, it fucks me up every single time.
The only thing I didn't like about the second trailer was it didn't have that quick shot of the, her standing up across multiple
It did. It
ages.
had it. It was in there.
No.
It was in there at the end. Watch it again. I bet you ice cream money.
No, I don't want to. I don't trust me.
What are racist white or misogynistic white dudes on the internet saying?
Oh, she's not smiling enough.
Oh my fucking God! Again?
She needs more emotions.
Steve Rogers
and
barely smiled once in 7 movies.
No, because we got a topless scene.
I don't think we're going to get that in this movie.
I don't want it in this movie. It's different when it's girls.
I mean, it's more complicated when it's girls. I'm always of two minds where I'm like, no, don't sexually objectify women, but also women are really sexy.
I'm saying I wish it wasn't different, but men aren't objectified the same, so
I know.
Shouldn't do it.
It's
for
dem
women.
titties. That's the problem.
I mean, ruining all kinds of things.
Yep.
Poor Tumblr. What else happened? There was a new Aquaman trailer last week. We didn't really talk about.
Oh my God, I don't know if this really counts, but
I got excited for Aquaman and nailed my spit.
Jason Momoa posted photos of himself with his wax figure.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's weird.
It was very weird, very
it.
much Uncanny Valley, and he's like, this is weird.
I love it.
I've hit my trailer cutoff for Aquaman because we're close enough that it's I don't need to know anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to watch the next Captain Marvel because I think I maybe figured something out and I'm bummed out about it.
That's the thing, they give you too many hints.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like the teaser. I like the first trailer for superhero movies. I feel like after that, they really start digging into the story, and I'm like, I'd rather experience that
Though her
fresh
fucking
little
Flurkin
baby.
is in this fucking movie.
I mean, it might just be a cat.
I think it's the Flurkin.
Also, I assume it scratches Fury's eye at some point. I think we're going to get
Oh shit, Fury has both eyes!
Yeah, he does.
I didn't even think about that.
But in one of the scenes at least, he's got scratches across his eye. So I assume we're going to get multiple, oh no, is this where he loses his eye thing? And I really hope at the end of the movie, he just trips and falls on a coffee table or something. That'd be great. Okay.
Alright, what else? News? Nothing?
Elseworlds starts
Oh, the trailer hit too.
in 5 days.
Yeah.
4 days. Sunday.
I was wondering if we were going to get anything related to the trailer in any of the shows this week, but nothing.
No, it looks like it's going to be very self-contained within those three. But man, that last trailer...
I'm a little bummed that it's not what we thought, where they just were each other.
Yeah, that it's a body swap.
It's a body swap. Mm-hmm. So, he's going to try to be Barry, but, it's not the same as, him actually being Barry.
Being, happy-go-lucky Oliver Queen.
Yeah. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But watching them try to, live each other's lives is going to be hilarious. Because poor Barry, he is not going to do a good job.
I mean, there are a lot of really good tropes out there, and Body Swap is one of my favorites.
Body Swap and Repeating the Days are
Time Loop!
I love both of those so much.
Yep. Those are my favorites, too.
Okay, well, speaking of... Well, poor Oliver, I guess. Let's jump right in with episode 7 of Arrow.
The Slab Side Redemption.
I love it.
I would like to place a formal protest about the name of this prison. It is stupid and I hate it.
Yes.
Slabside's a comic book.
Noted.
I don't care.
Thing.
It's stupid and I hate it.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
There's oh my God. Slabside is such a terrible name.
You know it's a terrible name? The Raft.
That's
just
not a terrible name.
Prison sitting out in the
That's
ocean.
it's a literal... Okay, I can't do this with you right now. We have to focus.
Any self-descriptive prison name is probably stupid if you really think about it. So
no, the Raft is cool and ominous and terrifying. Slabside sounds stupid.
Slabside's cool and ominous.
Slabside sounds like something out of a Three Stooges film.
What?
How are you going to be afraid of going, oh no, I have to go to Slabside, oh.
I don't know.
Sounds
Once
kind of
you
like a hunk of beef.
realize that it's a Supermax facility, you'd probably not be happy.
Nah, I would just spend the whole time giggling at the stupid name.
This prison is full of beefcakes, so it's not entirely off.
Up top.
Oh my god.
Can I say...
No.
I'm just going to talk about this whole thing.
No. God damn it.
I loved this episode.
Oh,
it was great.
Good.
I loved it. It was pretty much all in the prison. And I like all the parts with like that guy talking, whatever. But all the Ollie parts. And we made friends with
guy talking.
that bad guy. Who cares?
Oh, Diaz?
Yeah.
Diaz.
But we made friends with that guy, Burton or whoever.
Yeah,
his name is.
Bronze Tiger.
Sure.
That's who he was before he went into jail.
I was trying to remember what his last name was, how they kept referring to him as.
Mr. Tiger, I think.
No.
In real life, Dum Dum. Not like the actor, like the character's name, not his Supergirl
Turner.
name. Turner.
There we go.
I was so happy he's our friend now.
Mr. Tiger.
Get out! Just laughing at your
It's
own.
great.
Anyway, I guess you can say things now.
Yeah.
I did, I really liked him trying to play with the crazy sidekick kid when he ties him up and he's like, yeah, let's go do this and you can be my sidekick.
Man, Stanley's fucking nuts.
That
also.
guy is
Holy
not good.
shit.
Also, he killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Which, not really that surprising.
No, he's got a serial killer face.
Mm-hmm. Though he's so dumb that I feel like he has to just kill... He's dumbed his way into being a serial killer.
Yeah, I assume he's one of those guys who probably just wants to, like, torture you while wearing a mask and then let you go, but then, like, keeps fucking it up and is like, ugh, now I have to kill you, I guess.
Or,
'Cause I'm dumb.
you're dead. God, you suck.
Yeah.
Stay alive longer.
Yeah,
All right,
so,
anyway.
I mean, pretty much this whole thing was just Diaz breaking into the prison, setting it on fire, and then fighting Oliver.
I loved the ingenuity shown by Oliver and Turner on finding weapons and fighting with what was around them.
Soda can sock made me so uncomfortable.
Soda can pillowcase?
Yeah, tomato, potato. Regardless, that's some broken jaws.
Oh, yeah,
like,
those people might not come out of it all right.
The sound of that can hitting people was very effective.
Unsettling.
Yeah.
But I did really like how well Ollie and Turner worked together. Like, they just gelled. I like that. When they were trying to get their way to the two guards, and Turner knew what Ollie was going to do, so he was there to, like, get the guy when Ollie got him
it was
down.
cool.
Like,
Yeah, I hope we see more of Turner.
me too.
I don't know if anybody else had like a favorite bit in the fight, but I think my favorite part was when they're in the middle of the big cell block and they have to make their way from the bottom all the way to the top, and it's just sort of pans around and then from one to the other, sort of like you're in a video game.
Yes. I really liked that, actually. How it would go down one level for Turner, and then up one level for Ollie, and then down one level for Turner.
You see him Turner like barreling up the stairs, and then Ollie like jumps up and through the staircase to the left, circles around.
And then at one point, like, Turner kicked someone, and Ollie went under his leg, and then up the stairs. And I was like, what?
That was dope, yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh, I really liked also we got... like a shout out to how I swear he used to jump in season 1 all the time, where it's kind of the like parkour-y, you jump, throw your arms down while pulling your legs up as he like traversed across a gap.
And Stanley was like, oh my god. Look, we're all Stanley in that moment.
Yes.
Anyway, I had a great time. I thought it was lovely. It was a good way to get rid of that guy, I guess. He's dead now. That's nice.
Diaz.
Maybe.
Diaz isn't dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oliver, if he's not dead, he is pretty close to dead.
No, Oliver
stabbed him
in the belly and left him to bleed out.
There was a whole thing where he like slid his face across the mirror and left a big blood smear behind. Yeah. That to me read as TV show dead.
Oh no, I would bet both of you Ice Cream Money Diaz isn't dead.
I'm taking that bet. He dead.
No, he belly stabbed, booped his face against the wall a couple times, and you got that smear, and then he locked the jail cell. Like that was a metaphor for we have now switched places, and now you are the locky.
No, because I thought that was a deliberate callback to earlier in the episode when Diaz says, "I won't die in prison."
Yeah,
because he died in prison.
Because he died in prison. You're gonna owe us ice cream money.
Well, that'll be awkward. I'm not worried. It's fine.
And I don't eat ice cream, so you're gonna have to buy me pie.
How do you not eat
also
Monster?
Because she's lactose intolerant. Don't be
There's
rude.
Like the
coconut cashew milk.
That's true. I do eat that.
Sorbet.
She doesn't like
Sorbet.
I do like orange sherbet.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was a little annoyed when that guy told Oliver, "Oh, Felicity held a gun in my face," and Oliver was like, "She would never do that." And I'm like, Oliver, even if she did, this guy sucks.
Yeah, who gives a
Who cares,
fuck, dude? Like,
I know the show is supposed to be like showing me that she's like slipping to the dark side, but like
yeah, but also there are
point a gun
certain
at that
people
guy's
that
face.
I feel it would be okay for her to point a gun
Exactly.
at.
Yeah.
Diaz is top of that list.
Like, it would have been more believable if that guy had told Oliver she held and tortured my compatriot for days.
That would have been weird.
That Oliver would have been like, no,
what?
she wouldn't do that. I'm like, it was weird for all of us.
Yeah, honestly, my only downer part of this episode is he got out, because like I was really digging Jail Oliver. It was a cool story.
Does it mean he's going to shave his face?
No!
I'm going to miss that
He
beard.
better goddamn shave it into the Errol Flynn. Like, I need Errol Flynn Robin
Oh my god,
Hood.
could we have like a bit where he's halfway through shaving his face and so he's done the sides first and so he's just got the goatee left and then he has to like answer the door or something?
Now, if they even do that, I will be
That'd be
pleased.
fun.
Enough for you.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
You're not going to... Oh, we have one more episode before Elseworlds because we're one back.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, last 2 minutes for this show. What thoughts do we have?
Fantastic first arc.
Yes.
I hope we don't see Diaz anymore, other than a shout out that he's alive and locked up so I can eat ice cream.
No, you're going to be buying us ice cream.
I did like that they pretty much torched this entire set. That
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like,
they burned it to the ground.
Well, we're going to live here for 7 weeks, and then when we finish, we're not just going to leave this set behind. We're going to demolish
We're
it.
going to light it up.
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
I was happy with it.
Loved it. Cool. Next.
The Flash. Okam Olgi Thankful.
Can I tell you the only part I actually enjoyed about this is at toward the end, when Sherlock has depressed everybody, and those three
thankless.
idiots, are just sitting around drinking, being sad and lame together, and it takes Killer Frost going, "You dum-dums could be doing this somewhere with people who like you, where there is real food."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her going, all right, I'm going to tap in.
Yes, that was great. That was the only part of this whole episode that was, one, memorable for me, and that, two, I enjoyed.
I like that both Caitlin and Killer Frost seem to be aware at the same time and
Yes,
can
that's nice.
directly communicate with each other now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the cake joke at the beginning was good.
Uh-huh.
It's just a pie. It's not supposed to be a piece of cake.
Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, we got
Dad jokes.
Got a lot of Cicada flashback stuff, establishing him. I like him as a villain.
Yo, Chris Klein has aged really well.
Well.
He's so fucking hot now.
Though, I tell you, everyone...
He was like a mealy mouth, marshmallow faced weirdo in the American Pie films. Sorry, Chris Klein. And now he's like dad hot. He's like,
Though,
yeah.
in his Batman voice occasionally edges over the line into ridiculous.
okay.
Like,
That's
sometimes
because
it's okay.
That's because his lung is injured. He's not putting on a Batman voice.
He got stabbed in the lung, yo.
Because
and it's not healing.
Before that he had his regular voice. I was like, oh, this is nice. And then like he got stabbed and talked to the nurse, and I was like, oh, that's where it
Give the
came
guy
from.
a break, man. His lung is leaking through his
I'm
chest.
not a lung scientist, but I don't think an injured lung gives you Batman voice.
Oh, no, it does.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
As a vague doctor
No one
chiming in here,
believes that at all.
it does not give you
I
Batman
need my
voice.
Ron Burgundy gift that says, I don't believe you.
We got, was it the Weather Witch?
Weather Witch.
She was cool. I actually really liked that she like just wanted to kill that guy.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was
girl, I'm on
very
your
surprising.
Side. I'm on your side.
That
Gets her dad and then just boom,
That
truck
was
on
an
him.
interesting turn because, of course, we see her show up in the beginning just when Nora and Barry are sort of fighting, and I'm like, okay, so we're doing a straight parallel, fathers and daughters.
Yeah.
And then she drops a truck on her dad. Well, okay.
I think it's more of like, Barry, at least she doesn't hate you a truck's worth.
Yeah.
Though I do like that she told Barry how much she was angry at him for leaving, which
It's nice to finally
is-
have this conversation.
which is totally valid.
Yeah.
You know, it is totally valid and fair to be angry at the person who dies.
Yeah.
Because they left you.
Oh, man. As seen in the Christmas Chronicles, now on Netflix. You both should watch
What
it.
is it? You were talking about it yesterday.
It's a new Christmas movie.
Was it the one with fucking Kurt Russell?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, it's so good.
No,
I had
you.
such a good time.
No, thank you.
Ew.
I don't really like Christmas movies. I know that seems weird because it's my favorite holiday.
I think you'd like this one.
I find that cheesy and patronizing.
Oh, this is not. It's fucking weird. Like, it's super weird.
Can we, like, focus on
the this is now
here?
You know what? No,
Chris Russell's
we should just watch
podcast.
Nah, let's watch Black Christmas instead.
Done.
What is that?
Murder.
Murder. Yeah. Christmas murder. Which we are watching for I Know What You podcasted
What the
summer.
fuck is Black Christmas?
Okay, it is a 1970s Christmas-themed horror film, and it was actually directed by the same guy who directed A Christmas Story.
Yeah, I'm out.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
There's also a terrible remake from the early 2000s, and it has one of my favorite, like, ridiculous scenes where, because it's all Christmas themed, right? And so the bad guy has killed a bunch of people, and he used, like, in one scene, he uses cookie cutters to, like, cut the flesh off of somebody's back and then make cookies out of them, which is impossible.
That's
impossible.
It would be more like bacon chips.
But they do it, and then he, like, draws little faces on them. It's so terrible.
Oh my god.
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you're a strange lady. Okay, they stop the Weather Witch. She's locked up. We get
Her
a bunch
jump stick is also locked up.
Yeah, more
Meditech.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I like how someone, I don't remember who, but someone was like, why are we locking the stick up? And someone else was like, because we fucking should. And I was like, that is
no, that makes sense.
That is correct.
But also, I like that they're locking it away. Because remember, didn't they take somebody's helmet and then they left it in the middle of the lab?
That was in the fucking
with the
Silmarillion,
thinker.
whatever.
What? Samurai.
The Samurai.
Silmarillion. That was when they stole Tolkien's book and left it lying about.
I meant Salazar. Who was the fucking speedster? The speedster before the
Savitar?
thinker. There it is!
It wasn't even from that. It was the thinker.
I know it's the thinker.
Jesus.
When I said the Silmarillion, I meant Savitar.
I like how when you're not thinking about it, you can get that name out properly, but then like you get in your own head.
What is it?
Silmarillion.
No, that's not a real word.
It's a Silmarillion.
See, it's not a real word. Ice cream money.
No, it's not a real word. It's a made up word. It's Elvish.
All
Every
words are
word's
made
made
up.
Our no look high five game is real weak.
That is pretty weak. Anyway, I do remember the samurai head from the thinker that they just like left in the office like dum-dums. I hope that's where this lesson comes from.
Yes, we're gonna lock it up, but not near the place where we talk about all our plans.
Yeah. No. We find out that Grace is Cicada's niece, and her parents died in a meta fight. And then a satellite falls on her.
I would say the thing that I think was the most important takeaway from this is beyond the cool motive still murder is that the fault for this is really the doctor. She's the one who pointed the finger at the metas.
That doctor has Grace in a medically induced coma.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Yeah.
I would
that makes sense.
Not be surprised at all. Like, she is playing him like a fine china marionette.
That doctor is a bigot, and it's not great.
Yeah, I think he is a messed up person who has been infected with something, and I think that it's entirely possible that without the interference of this doctor, he might have just, I don't know, killed himself. I think that this was a push.
I feel like the Meditech is...
I don't want to excuse his choices here, but I think that there were a lot of contributing factors.
Yeah, but I feel like the Meditech is also kind of driving people toward evil.
Yeah.
Because... You know, like Joss, the Weather Witch, like she was maybe a grouchy person, but never, at least according to the dad, like exhibited any "I'm gonna stab you" things. Like Iris's not compatriot, but competitor, the other journalist, like she was whatever, and then it was like stepping up to murder all of a sudden. Like I think this stuff is messing with people.
Well, and maybe it's because it's all affected or came out of the thinker who was murderous.
That's possible. It could be that whatever he was infected that stuff, which then infected them.
Yeah.
So it turns your legitimate grief or anger into murderous rage.
Right.
Womp womp. Okay. All right. Over to Supergirl. Rather the Fallen Angel. Manchester Black.
All right, so what's... new boyfriend Manchester Black.
Oh, man.
What's he
so
up
Manchester
to?
Black is great.
kind of a total dickhead. No, so
our no look high five better.
Yeah, that was a lot better than ours.
Did you peek? I didn't.
I did.
Yeah, she cheated.
Oh, Jesus.
It was a half look.
I probably would have just poked you in the eye.
That's true. I would have got like a fingernail to the ear or something.
So he's working with Supergirl. He goes a bit far in like just interrogating a random dock worker that had nothing to do with the Children of Liberty, and she's like, "Yo, I'm out. Like, you can't just beat up random workers for information."
I'm not. I'm kidding.
my
You
God.
can't. You can't.
And then like Jean talks her down a bit, and she goes back and is like, "Okay, let's try teaming up again."
And she brought him a pot pie.
And she did, and it was very nice.
I would say that I think my problem in this scenario with Supergirl in Manchester is that I wish she was a little less naive.
Yes.
Because he looks her in the eye and says, "I will do whatever it takes to avenge my dead fiancé." And she goes, "Cool." And then she trusts him. Obviously, you should not trust this guy.
Well,
So-
one of her main problems is she takes people at face value and then applies her own mores to them and what they told her. So she would probably also do anything for her dead fiance, but her anything is a lot less than other people's anything.
Yeah, so surprise, surprise, 2/3 of the way through the episode, he betrays her and, like, leaves her because he...
No, there's betrayal, and then she says, "Oh, they're holed up on Alien Immigration Island," which is entirely covered with power dampeners, which we have to have a conversation about in general. And she's like, "I've got this cool sunlight grenade. It will let me stay powered up." And he's like, "Oh, can I look at that?"
And then she gives
it to him and turns her back on him. So they get to the island. She gets powered down. She throws the grenade, and it doesn't do anything. And he hands her over to the Children of Liberty just to get a face-to-face with King Liberty. Agent Liberty.
That's what we're calling him from now on.
Just so he can shoot him. That's fucked up,
Well,
dude.
that doesn't surprise me at all. Is she dead?
No.
Is she still in their clutches?
No.
Then who cares? It was a gambit in order to get what he needed so he could do the thing he wanted.
Obviously this was wrong. He should have, like, if he had been less of an asshole, he would have talked to her first, and she would have been...
She's not a good liar.
Well, I mean, no. But, like, they could have had, like, a plan. He did not care at all about her life and totally sold her out. My problem here...
With the intention she would die, basically.
All right, well, that sucks.
Like, he's a shitty dude.
That sucks.
I still really like him, and it's very frustrating.
I
he has
think
such a great accent.
I was just frustrated that she didn't see this coming, because he is not really subtle at all. This guy is not a scalpel, he's a sledgehammer. And so... when she's like, "How could you betray me?" And I'm like, how could you not see that he was going to betray you?
Well, but isn't this kind of like what we at the beginning and you guys have been saying is like she doesn't seem to see anything beyond her own sphere of whatever. Like my biggest problem at the beginning was she didn't understand that there was an alien racism problem because it didn't affect her. So she doesn't see this coming because this isn't how she would handle that.
Jean came to her and vouched for him.
Well, no,
and like that carries a lot of weight.
This isn't a dig at her. I'm almost defending her. That this is just how she works as a person.
Weird defenses.
Well, no, just like she would never do that, so it doesn't occur to her that someone else would.
Yeah.
She didn't experience racism, so it doesn't occur to her that someone else would. It's like that kind of inwardly focused.
Yeah.
Can't see past the end of your nose kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, Jean probably shouldn't have vouched for that dude. You don't know him, bro.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, maybe John just wanted another black dude on the team.
Don't we all?
I mean, it's true. What else happened? Oh, so James goes in to try to talk to our pal King Liberty. And sort of ends up kind of kidnapped. And...
no, like 100% kidnapped. They toss him.
How are you kind of
They
kidnapped?
bag his head and toss him in the van.
Yeah, once the head bag comes out, you're officially kidnapped. And
so King Liberty has James.
Yeah, and so the minions tell him, "Hey, we want you to be our face. So you're going to go out and tell everybody how cool we are and blow up a thing." And he's like, "I don't blow up things." And so
that's not really my MO.
So King Liberty is like, "Hey, you know your pal who brought you here so that you could do an interview, and then we kidnapped you instead? If you don't do this thing, we're going to kill your pal."
Which pal was it?
Tom, the dude who was working with Children of Liberty that James has been, like, low-key.
Let that guy die.
James has pretty much flipped him at this point. Like, he's like, I was kind of a shitty racist bigot. My bad.
Well, yeah, and there was some interesting scenes that are, again, played for the back of the room, where this guy who is James's friend said, I can't believe that I let myself get caught up in this. I can't believe how far I went without even seeing where I was. This is what happens when you let fear lead you. So, like, sort of just monologuing to the people, don't be a racist!
Look, people in the back have hard hearing, okay?
It's true. And so James is like, and so then his friend is basically telling him, don't do the thing, if they kill me, they kill me, this was, I made this choice. Dude. Yeah, but James says, well, the only thing that I'm really going to lose is my reputation, and I know who I am, so what does it really matter what other people think?
Yeah, I mean, what does it matter if the head of Catco...
Right?
Doesn't have a good reputation and is on film saying, man, I hate aliens, I'm gonna blow this building up.
I was like, oh no, don't do this. Don't.
Wait, so he did it?
He was going to, because they're also like, we have no one in the building. It is totally empty.
Guess who's in the
building? Surprise! Supergirl's in there! Depowered!
But she does do this cool thing where she's sort of stuck at the bottom of what, I don't know, it looked to me like an empty silo. I don't know what goes in there. But
grain, I assume.
You live on a farm?
It looks like a silo, and it's not a silo. There's no fucking corn in there.
Yeah, this is on the people processing island.
It could be corn.
It's like their backup corn.
No.
Maize.
Corn silos don't have a skylight.
Do wheat silos?
My God. Anyway,
because even though she's depowered, she's still pretty tough, and so she does the thing where she's trying to get up to a window, and she can't fly, so instead she, like, digs her fingers into the rock.
It was pretty dope. Well, and she does like
Wait,
like classic Linda Carter Wonder Woman traversing.
She doesn't have any power. She can't fly, but she can still put her fingers through rock.
She had enough to like jump maybe 12 feet up. Her
powers are damn
very low key powered.
All right.
Also, yeah. So and then she signals to James with eye lasers. He's oh no, I won't do this anymore, and then boops people and they escape. Whatever. We need to talk about these power dampeners that they apparently just have blanketing this island. Like, one, this is a huge game changer. Why don't they just have these around the city or something if, they're worried about aliens invading? Two, how the fuck does it just work on every alien? Is this like some low-key radiation that fucks your DNA up or something? Like, what does that do to your...
It seemed to be not like... I was thinking about how sometimes you have... It's not like a light where you put a light in the middle of the room and it sort of filters out. This was a hard line, like an electric fence that you crossed. And
yeah, but how does it work on every type of alien? Which is what they're implying it does. Like, that makes nonsense.
I don't know.
None.
The sense of nuns.
I don't like it. But also, like, install those in some corporate buildings. Maybe some schools should have those or something. Why is it just on this one island?
Or just put them on every street corner, and then you don't have to worry about being accidentally mauled by someone with arm horns.
I don't know.
See, would it affect arm horns?
No, actually, it probably wouldn't. They're just going to fall off.
I don't know. This show's weird.
Also, you shouldn't put them on every corner. That's a civil liberties problem.
Yeah, I'm like, isn't that like putting metal detectors in all of our schools? Like, is that really something we need to be doing?
I'd be more like putting gun magnets in all of our schools, where as you walk into the school, it automatically
out a gun out
yanks
of every
the
pocket.
gun out of your pocket.
I mean, okay.
I'm kind of in for flying gun magnets.
I'm in for gun magnets, though. I think maybe that was a bad example on my part. Because this is, again, where they're dampening the powers of people, which is part of who these people are. And so I guess by entering this island, you are agreeing to that. But the idea of having power dampeners just randomly all over the city makes me really uncomfortable.
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think I would be okay with having, like, police or the DEO have some sort of power dampening net that they use against criminals.
Why don't they have portable jobbers of these?
I'd be fine with that. Like a taser
like
or
with
something?
a sticky, and you just throw it at the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just everywhere it makes me
power
is
dampening
fascist.
grenades.
Sure.
Anyway, moral of this episode is...
oh, man, Lena's doing crazy science and killed a dude. She should be up for at least manslaughter.
No, he signed a waiver.
That doesn't... that, in no medical field would that matter at all. She is completely
culpable. Actually, a lot of
for...
doctors get out of some problems because people sign waivers.
No. No.
So she has figured out what she wants to do. It reminds me of the bad guy from The Incredibles, where she has an idea of how to give human superpowers. And she's like, if all people have powers, then no one is special. And then I can end racism. No. And I'm like, I don't think this will end racism.
So she finds a dude who hates himself because he needed a kidney transplant and his brother did that for him, but then his brother died on the operating table, so now he feels like shit about himself and is in a terrible mental state, and obviously in no way able to properly consent to a procedure that up front they tell you this has a
10%.
I thought it was 13. 10 to 13% chance of you just dying outright.
But also a small percent chance that you could not die and get superpowers.
I mean, 10% is not a lot.
Yo, it's manslaughter. She
gave him informed consent, or she got informed consent. They don't consider mental state.
They're building her into being a villain, and I do not like it at all.
No, I would say no, because she, throughout, in at least 2 different points in this episode, told him directly that he is able to opt out of this procedure. She gave him plenty of opportunities to remove his consent, and she at no point held him against his will. She told him what was going on, as much as she could, and she seemed to feel really bad about it.
Yeah, that she killed a dude, I'd feel bad too.
Who knew this was the hill that Kenneth would die on?
I don't like it. It's the same stupid-ass plot of Lex Luthor in Smallville, where he's trying to give people powers. It sucked then, and it sucks now. I want Lena to be a good person, doing good science, and not trying to just decide I am God and can give certain people that I so choose superpowers, other with the caveat that Manchester Black's going to get superpowers, and that's going to be hilarious. That's going to be the only good part that comes from this.
I didn't pull that from the episode. I didn't pull a villain path from this episode. There have been other episodes where I went, oh man, are they going villain path? But for me, she was so very human in this episode. The way that she kept trying to distance herself from this guy. That she told her assistant at the beginning, no names, we're going to call him Subject 0075. But then she could not keep herself from connecting with him. She brought him food and then ate one of his fries. And then they shared sad stories, and then she called him by his name. And she tried to let him out of the procedure because she realized that she had humanized him too much and sort of compromised herself. And so she gave him a pack of money and was like, go. Please don't do this. You might die. And he's like, I want to do something good with my life, even if it means all I do is die. And so then they went forward with it.
I feel like I see where you're coming from, but I think it's not a villain path. I think that she's trying to do science too quickly. She got informed consent. She gave that guy choices. He chose this for himself.
You shouldn't do human trials after one heart not catching on fire.
You're not wrong. But that doesn't make her a villain.
Yet.
It doesn't even make her that bad of a person. There are scientists out there doing that all the time. Stepping beyond the bounds of the rules in order to
and that's
forward
illegal.
Their stuff. Yeah, but that doesn't make them a bad person.
It's illegal and unethical. That makes them a bad person. When you have something that 9 times out of 10 it'll work, that 10th time though, that person's dead, that's not ready for human trials. They should do...
I think you should look that up, because I feel like that's on the cusp of ready for human trials.
I do agree with you that this feels too fast for human trials.
It's so rushed.
But I think that's more a TV thing. That I feel like TV, the nature of the television medium, we don't have time for the number of years that it would take to proceed.
Okay, but even give me one more episode where they are able to replicate it at least once with one other fleshy bit that isn't currently alive. Going directly from, okay, we have these hearts in jars, we've set 40 of them on fire, one of them for some reason doesn't catch on fire. Okay, we're ready for human testing. That's unethical. I don't like it. Even if it's TV science, it's very bad TV science, and it bugs me. Okay. I didn't like it.
I can see that.
Nah.
It's fair. Live your truth, Kenneth.
Yes. I will. Better science for everyone.
Good.
Agreed.
Test on those stupid animals.
Can we talk about something else now, please?
Let's talk about the best show on television.
Is it Legends?
Is it Titans? Is it Black Lightning?
Yeah, it's Legends. Don't be ridiculous.
Y'all, I watched this opening scene 3 times.
And then did you furiously masturbate?
Yes.
I I mean, I practically furiously masturbated.
Good Lord, that outfit that Sarah shows up in is
killer.
Oh my God, that should be illegal. No,
Also, legit, we are all Ava when she's just like, oh my God.
So great. And then stupid Hank shows up.
Fucking Biff.
That was hilarious.
It was so good because then Sarah's just like ninjaing around the room.
Like her, like watching her ninja around the room. What? Captain Lance wouldn't try to screw me? What? Don't be crazy.
Oh man, the show's perfect.
It's beautiful.
I love that this show hates Hemingway because
that guy sucks.
So does this chick. That guy had some serious like toxic masculinity problems. He was not great.
Little bit.
Yeah. What has 4 thumbs and hates Hemingway?
Us.
These guys.
Those
what
aren't
has
thumbs.
6 thumbs and hates Hemingway? Everyone on this
still
podcast.
aren't thumbs. Those are your fingers.
I kind of wanted a moment where like Hemingway would disappoint Hank, but I feel like Hank still thinks he's great. Papa, fuck off.
So
the
weird.
Fitzgeralds were great. Every time the Fitzgeralds show up, they're always super fun.
Yeah.
They were on our Timeless show.
They were.
I really like that, Nate gets back onto the ship, runs into Amaya, and then Sarah's like, oh man, it's
awkward.
It's this really long and convoluted story. And Nate's like, it's probably like a shapeshifter, and Constantine stuck her in this form. And Ray's like, oh, well, when you put it like that, it's not that complicated. Like, they just...
I miss Nate.
I mean, it was still definitely awkward for him, but he wasn't shitty about it.
Mm-hmm. I do like that he wasn't shitty about it, and he was only vaguely awkward around her a little bit.
Yeah.
That was nice, where he didn't blame her for walking around with his ex-girlfriend's face on.
Yeah. So good. This show has such good relationships.
My team doing naked yoga in the library also.
That seems right.
Ray was the only one who like spun around so he wouldn't see it. I was like, Raymond.
Everybody else was
Everyone else was like, whatever.
Varying degrees of don't care or into it.
Yeah. And Ray was the only one who acted like a 12-year-old.
Of course.
It was so
it's
cute.
Very Ray. Also, no, my favorite part of this episode has got to be those 3 ladies hanging out in that cell, getting drunk and talking shit.
So
good.
I have fighting words for Ava.
Me too.
She annoys me, and I get that she's a clone or whatever, but she was raised in a human household. She has human memories.
No, she wasn't.
She has human memories of being raised in a human household.
She has fake memories that were implanted into her.
That doesn't mean they're not there. That doesn't mean they don't affect how she handles the world, or that they should. That's what memories do. They build who you are as a person.
But they're fake memories created to manipulate her into acting a certain way.
She also has real memories of when she was just Ava working at the Time Bureau.
Sure.
She's seen humans interact with each other. She worked with Rip, who was a giant marshmallow on the inside. But this girl is so awful with these prisoners, and she's so rigid and like black and white about stuff. And I don't know what happened. I don't know why they're writing her this way, and it drives me fucking crazy. It shouldn't have taken one whole bottle of rosé for her to realize that poor Hawaiian dude can have a volcano. Like, it's okay. They're not actual, like, yes, they're caught, but they're not prisoners. We're just holding on to them until we can put them back where they belong.
I think they're definitely prisoners.
They're prisoners of hell. They're not prisoners of us. We're just a temporary way station.
That they can't leave.
Which is why he should have a volcano.
Very confined
they're
in their little prison.
They're lightly kidnapped, but why are we...
They're in prison. They're in supernatural prison, you weirdo.
But I don't understand why we can't make it not terrible. Okay?
I don't know. Why can't we do that for humans?
Why can't we do that for humans?
I don't know. I don't know why you think this is so weird for Ava when we as a society do the exact same thing.
I don't know. I hate it. I think she's just rigid and weird and gross and icky, and I don't like it. She was like this on the summer camp episode. She doesn't listen. Everything is black and white. She doesn't take in any other opinions, even though she has the knowledge that she has no actual, she leans on, I'm a clone, I have no experience. But then she demands everyone to listen to her because she has experience. And I'm going to crawl into the television, and I'm going to rip her clone face off her clone body. What is that?
We made fruit roll-ups. Peter made
fun.
them.
What did you get on you?
Coffee. Mm-hmm.
Aww.
I don't want that.
Water.
No,
it's
thanks.
really good.
It is pretty good.
It's hair. Take a bite of it.
I thought you said hair. And I thought, why would you make fruit roll-ups that taste like hair?
Oh, that is good. I'm keeping this.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I didn't like it. She's driving me crazy. She can't be both. She can't both have memories of being a human and life experience of being a human and watching people being human and then turn into this rigid, weird robot whenever she wants. I don't like it.
I think I was reading it as, okay, so you have memories of growing up, but then you realize that those memories are not real. So probably you don't trust your reactions to anything. So maybe you aren't sure about how you should react, so you're just going by
the book.
By the book, because the book is all that you can really believe in.
I need to know how long she worked at the Time Bureau.
Like 2 years, maybe?
Are we sure about that? Because 2 years is a lot of time to build memories and get exercises down
Not
and
if you're
memory for
mid-30s.
I, in 2 years, started at a company with no basic knowledge of the job I was going to do, turned that into an entire department, and then got a different job based on that I excelled at. Everyone is different, and I understand that, but she's obviously very good at being a time cop. So I think the 2 years she spent, learning things and experiencing the world, she could lean on pretty heavy on how to be a human person.
Okay, but I mean, what if in those 2 years... Okay, summer camp, sure, I'll give you that. That was stupid. But in those 2 years, maybe they just locked up a shitload of random time people. I don't know. Or they didn't encounter any magical creatures before...
You know, this is...
5 weeks ago.
This is my hill I'm gonna die on.
That's fair.
You get the weird science with Lena. I get that Ava's icky and I don't like it.
That's fine.
Anyway, what else happened?
You don't have to like it.
They had a good Sting reference for Constantine, which is funny because in the comics he was based on Sting's look from that era.
What was the Sting reference?
I don't remember. I just remember him saying something about he looked like Sting.
Something about Sting?
And I was like, oh, that's funny.
I'm kind of tired of Nate's dad stuff.
Yeah, I did like that his dad worked through a bit of his toxic masculinity and had that sweet guitar at the end.
Yeah, sang some James Taylor.
That was actually his voice, which is pretty cool. I looked it up. And
really?
Biff can sing pretty well.
I don't know. It was pretty toxically masculine, that song. But sure.
Oh, I didn't actually pay attention to what the song was
saying.
The
lyrics were awkward and uncomfortable.
That makes sense for a man of his time.
Yeah.
I did really like the bit where they're talking about a lute, and I think Mick is taking a nap.
Oh,
did somebody say lute?
Man.
But no, is that lute?
And then Constantine's like, no, it's more of a liar.
Everyone's a liar.
Everyone's a liar. Mick continues to be my favorite.
Yes. I am also tired of Nate's daddy issues, and I hope that we're going to transfer that storyline over from Nate's daddy issues into, is Nate's dad a bad guy?
Yes, I would like that very much, because I am tired of his dad issues. We get it, he didn't love you for who you were. But you know that. Why are you still pissed about it?
Yeah. Biggest problem with this episode, that Minotaur should have been a Kithatar. It should have been Ferdinand from Wonder Woman, her Minotaur chef. And
I do love
he
Ferdinand.
should have come to work at the Time Bureau as a chef.
That would have been awesome!
It would have been such a great shout out. And it's a Kithatar. Because the Minotaur was only called that because he was from Minos.
Minos, yeah.
Well, I think what they're saying is that's literally the Minotaur.
Yeah, well, you know, it should have been Ferdinand.
It can't be Ferdinand. It's the literal tar from Minos. Thank you.
Oh, man. I'm never over the fact that they created the Minotaur because
that
the queen wanted to fuck a cow.
Wanted to fuck a cow.
Look, dude, that was a weird time, okay?
But, what does that say about, your relationship with this woman? I mean, it says more about her kinks than, your prowess as a man or whatever,
She just,
but
really
also,
really wanted to get fucked by a cow.
Well, that or, no joke at that time, 50-50, you do an animal, it's actually a god anyway.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
She could have just been, deity fishing.
Look, she wanted to fuck a cow, and then
catfishing?
and they made, a cow suit for some dude to wear. To fuck her, but then
it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. It just awoke something inside of her, and then she was like, "Make me a fucking cow I can fuck."
Hey, Daedalus, make me a cow I can fuck, or I'll have you hanged.
What a time to be alive.
I always wondered about that whole bit where Zeus always liked to turn into random shit to fuck ladies, and he talked about how he turned into a shower of gold, and I'm like, how does a shower of gold fuck somebody?
You just got to be creative.
Pee, for one. That was a metaphor for pee.
He's just really into golden showers?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has to be the golden shower.
Yeah.
More like he has to pee the golden shower, am I right?
All right.
Okay, let's talk about Black Lightning. We are on the Book of Blood, Chapter 3, the Sanjay.
God, is it only episode 3? That can't be right.
No, they're going through multiple books in this season.
Oh.
Yeah, this is episode 7.
I was like, these episodes are a million hours long.
We got the baby, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Legitimately, I would like to talk about this. So he gets captured, not a plan, right? Mm-hmm. They figure out who he is, probably also not the plan.
He has a camo suit, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. His suit goes invisible,
Dude,
which
that
we
was
also
awesome.
need to talk about.
Predator style.
But I love how that no one understands his powers.
Yeah.
And so she's like, it's going to be
Strap 'em
hilarious
up.
when we electrocute you. Because they opened up and he's on that metal spring bed, and I'm like, I've seen film. This means he's going to be electrocuted.
Yeah.
That won't work.
That won't work.
You dum-dums.
And so then they leave him there, and he just kind of was like chilling. And I was like, Jefferson, what are you waiting for? Like, you could take all these dudes at any point. I love that he was waiting to hear where the baby was. And then the second the baby cries, he goes, there she is. And I was like, oh my God, it's because he's a dad. And he was so good with that baby.
Yeah. And then he drops baby off with Henderson, and Henderson's like,
What the shit?
is that a baby? And
Yeah, here,
Jefferson-
take this.
Jefferson's just like, well, it's not a pizza. Take this baby.
Also, it needs a diaper change.
Yeah.
You know, Henderson doesn't have fucking diapers.
No, he does not.
He's going to have to use one of his dress shirts, and he's going to be so sad.
Well, no, he just you have to call the newest addition to your police squad and be like, "Hey, get out of bed and go
Bring
get me diapers."
Fucking diapers.
This is
No
21st
questions.
century hazing. Bring me a diaper.
Anyway, I thought that was so cute, and it was just a nice little beat because, like, he raised 2 babies.
Yeah.
He's a good dad. He knows how to, like, be around babies.
Oh God! And the scene where he goes to confront Gamby was great.
Oh, man.
Oh my God! When he found the thing, I was like, oh,
Somebody's a drama.
somebody's a drama. I also like. He's like, I don't know if I should hit you or hug you. I was like, hug.
Well, then
hug.
even Gammy's like, dude, just punch me.
Just
it'll
sock
make
me
feel
in the
better.
face.
And then
I
Jefferson's
love how, like,
no, it's hug time.
I love how like chastened Gamby was too.
Chastened?
He was like, sure. He was like, I know I'm in trouble, and it's fine. I get it. And I'm like, of course you're in trouble. You let them think you were dead.
I wanted you to be able to protect your family. And then Jefferson and I both yelled at the same time. You're my family!
That was so good.
Just like crying quietly by myself in someone else's apartment.
But I love how he calls him old man.
Oh my God. Family stuff.
So good.
That's straight up dad stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I really liked this episode. It was good.
Oh, I thought for a second that they had killed that girl, but she's still alive.
Oh, yeah, she's just kind of kicking around on that wall spike.
I mean, it takes like a half hour to die from a stomach wound, so she's got some time.
Yeah, well, it looked like the element bled out of her, which is cool. So, maybe she's depowered now? Or it'll take a while to regenerate and...
I think it's that. I
They
think it's
can,
out of her for now.
toss her in a tube.
Well, my assumption was it bled out of her because she was dead, like, or dying. Like, it knew it was over, so it didn't have her to hang on to. And now it is
You just
inert.
think everyone's dying, apparently.
You're gonna owe me some ice cream money.
That's not
Yes.
true.
Well, I thought she was dead because she did the whole thing where she sort of goes, and then she stops.
Yeah.
But then later on, they pan back to her, and she's still
wiggling
twitching
around, yeah.
Legs are flopping in places.
It's like, yo, that can't feel good. Just hang out, lady.
The human body runs on electricity. Maybe she was just spurting her last spurts.
Gross.
You're welcome.
Though I loved Anissa like nerding out about how they were controlled.
Oh my God!
And Jefferson's
Data
like,
waves.
shut up.
I will pay you to shut up.
He's like, no, Dad, you gotta listen. And he's like, I don't have to
No,
listen.
Dad, it's so cool.
No, I will pay you. I was like, I've had that conversation.
Yes.
Both sides.
Oh my God, Dad, let me tell you about this comic book I read. It's so great.
Yep.
And then Time Bullets.
Oh my god.
That's not great. That's not a great comic book. You take that back.
Fucking love Time Bullets.
And then it turned out that Cap was a werewolf the whole time.
Anyway, so Khalil and Jennifer have run away from home together.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you, for someone who really was not happy with the Khalil story at the beginning of this season, I really like where this is going. It's interesting.
I'm worried,
It's
but I
cool.
think it's fine. I think it'll be good for both of them.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good for Jen. It'll be good for her parents. But like,
I really
this
hope
isn't
she
a
calls
great
them.
plan.
Yes.
No, it's a terrible
This
plan.
is a terrible.
They
plan.
should just go talk to Jefferson, and then he'll just like be all cool, just move in for a while.
Yeah. We'll just
This is-
adopt another baby.
This is definitely dumb kids being dumb, but I did really enjoy Jennifer this episode and how she was making definitive choices for herself.
herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
You know?
not wishy-washying on it. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do.
And it wasn't her even throwing a tantrum. That it was her making what in the moment smart choices to help protect her friend. That she's like, no, if you want to get away from Tobias,
let's do that.
We will find a way to do that. I will help you. And then when he calls and is like, I'm in trouble, she comes and gets him. She doesn't fight those guys.
No.
She makes the alley dark. She leads him to her, and then they escape.
Yeah.
Very smart choices.
Yeah, it was great.
And it was very Jennifer. She's not a fighter.
Yeah. Well, and then her on the phone saying, if it was me, would you leave me? And him saying, no.
He's like,
well, then I'm going to come get you.
No,
Shut your dumb face.
Yeah, that was delightful.
And she's showing that she has more control over her powers now.
Yes, I really liked that part, too.
But,
she's obviously been working on it.
Yeah, well, and I think a lot of it was just kind of having to accept her powers.
Yeah.
That this is my life. I can either rage about it, or I can use these to help my friend.
Yeah.
And I bet that helped her get past a mental block.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they bailed.
Yeah,
which,
they're out.
Psychic Lady totally warned them that she might do. You push the kid into a box, she gonna run.
But hopefully she calls them.
Yeah.
They're a close enough family. I think she'll have to.
Yeah.
She'll start to feel guilty.
Well, I mean, also, they're a family full of superheroes and spies, so she's not
They
gonna
will
get very
fucking
far.
find her.
All right.
I'm a little worried that, I mean, we should move on, but Tobias somehow has a tracker on Khalil. So, like...
Dude, it's in his spine.
Yeah,
It's
but,
that
like,
robot shit he put
Aren't
in
we,
there.
like, boned? He's just gonna find us.
I don't know. I don't know if Jen's pulse
knocked
knocked that out without... But then, like, why would it knock
would his
out...
spine not? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my concern. Would any attempt to remove the tracker might nullify whatever it is that keeps him walking.
Yeah.
Which might be an option.
Oh, darn. We have to kill Tobias. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Shuckies.
Or Khalil might have to make the choice to give up the ability to walk.
Yeah. Or just live in a Faraday cage.
Or that.
Forever.
Well, if he had a Faraday t-shirt,
That works.
then he can go about the
Little
world.
Faraday grenades that you throw out. Like the
No, you
power
just make
dampeners.
like a chainmail t-shirt.
It was a callback.
No, I understand. I didn't like
you
it.
get it.
A Faraday onesie.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Ooh, with a hood.
Let's talk about The Gifted.
Man, this was such a bummer because I got so excited for people being not shitty about mutants, and then it turned out we were shitty about mutants in a whole different kind of way.
But Lorna's dad's hella totally Magneto.
Definitely
for sure.
Magneto.
Definitely Magneto.
So
Oh
that's
my
cool.
god. The one gift he sends her entire life is like basically his face.
Yeah, a stupid pendant of his stupid hat. He's so extra.
Here, I love you. Here is my gift to you. Me.
I told
Feels
Malia that.
like Magneto.
Yeah.
though.
What a shit
Plus
bird.
side, she used it to make her sick Polaris hat.
Yeah.
And that's dope.
That is pretty dope.
Creepy inside flippy ladies just kind of on the run. And
Flipping strangers backwards and upside down.
That was pretty funny.
Gross.
Split.
She like put his ears where his mouth should be. It was gross. Super disgusting.
Well, at least we know what happens now. I guess she must have different ways that she turns people inside out.
Yeah.
Because the room was full of blood, but there was no blood on the street corner.
Yeah. Because it looked like she just
Also,
sort of moved
apparently
stuff
her
around.
powers fuck around with Blink's powers.
Mm-hmm.
That was
is
interesting. Well, and it looks like, and I can't really even blame Blink and Johnny because they see somebody running from the inner circle. They believe the inner circle to be bad.
Yeah,
so they
I was,
assume
like,
that
mad
that she must be running because she is opposed to them being bad.
Yeah, but she's running because she's worse than them.
Yeah, she's like, yo, they didn't go far enough.
Yeah.
And
I wish that,
they're
like,
total bummers.
I know she's too smart to do this, but I wish she had let slip, like, all I did was pay those people back for. And then we'd know, we the good guys, would know who she is as a person. But now Johnny, because he's Johnny, is going to be like, we have to go save her. And I'm like, you don't have to
No,
save her.
she's
She's
bad
terrible.
news.
She's real bad news.
Yep.
And then Lorna sends the baby away.
That was so nice, though, her, like, reconnecting with her aunt.
And she did do it very smartly,
Yes.
where she lets...
Marcos.
Thank you. I was like, Rico, no. She lets Marcos think it's Switzerland. She lets the cuckoo think it's Switzerland.
And then she's all,
But she's
ha-ha.
actually like, JK, it's
actually
my aunt's
Farmville.
house in Bigotville.
Bigotville.
what was it, 3 corn silos and no high-speed internet.
Yep.
Ugh.
Gross. The worst.
Oh my
Nightmare
God.
escape.
They only have dial-up.
Blah.
Truly.
Death is
truly
better.
hell.
Death is
Oh man, I can't even imagine using dial-up anymore.
God, remember how things used to load and like do this?
And you're like, there's a nipple. It was exciting.
And then it would just die before it gets to the good stuff.
You're like, halfway, and still finished.
Get that little like broken image thing.
Yeah.
With the little.
So it's like a pube smudge.
Ooh.
Anyway, this show still is like meh. I don't care.
Though, you know what was great about this episode?
There was no that guy.
Jace was not
Jace was not here, and that was nice.
Oh my god! Speaking of shitty dudes, remember in Black Lightning when that white lady was going on about white power?
That was great. Where he's like, "Oh, so you're a racist?" And she's like, "Why do you assume that?" And he goes, "It's a nice flag you've got over there." And it's like that fucking Confederate. Of course, you're a racist.
Also. The reason why white people don't get to say I'm a proud white person is because we did that for a really long time and the effects of it were really bad. So we get to shut the fuck up for like 1,000 years.
If not more.
Yeah. Also, you can be a proud, like, French person, a proud Irish person. Like,
right. Why not do that? I'm a proud American person or I'm a proud Scottish person. Yeah. But I'm a proud white person makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah, like, is it really fair that Germany doesn't get to fly their flags?
No,
not really,
but also, like,
so think, like, it's not even they don't get to, it's they feel so shitty as a country.
Yeah, so it's like, me refraining from saying I'm a proud white American is me trying to be less shitty than the people Germany. Who came before me.
Be like Germany. Don't fly your flag.
Well, you know, the worst thing, too, I mean, it's not the worst thing, but, like, the awkward thing, they were starting to get a bit better about flying their flag and being a bit more like, oh, you know, maybe we can be proudish a bit. And then there was the, like, I think 2002 World Cup, and the German team hella cheated, and then they were just like, nope, fuck it, we're never flying our flag again.
Never, ever again.
That's it.
Well, also, it is because they feel bad. But, like, it's also a little bit, they're worried if they get too proud, the world will start paying attention to them.
Yo, what's up?
What's
going on over there?
They just start flying some stuff. They start talking about German pride. And then, like,
Belgium
the
again?
UK, France, Russia, and, like, the US go, hey, dude, what's up? What's going on over there? What you got over there?
Like the equivalent of leaning over the cubicle wall to look at your neighbor. What's going on over there?
Yeah, what you got brewing?
What you
working on? So it's probably mostly they feel bad.
Yeah.
But also it's like, we don't need that.
Yeah.
So the big thing that happens in this episode, besides the baby going away, is...
Which, thank God, because, like, who wants a baby on a television show?
Right? Get rid of the baby.
Just get rid of the baby.
That's fine. You got to skip right from we're pregnant to, we have a baby for 2 episodes, and then
it's gone.
And then maybe next season, there's a teenager.
Love it. Into it. Fine with it. Thank you, Arrow.
Just send him into the future for a while. Can, like, live with
God. That's what happened on Angel. The kid fell through a portal, and then he was a teenager.
Well, that's how we got Cable. There we go.
Oh, yeah. And Hope.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? So it turns out that Lauren's blood might be the mutant cure, which is not great.
Yeah.
Can I say, Meredith Grey's mom showed up, and I went, oh, no, she's bad.
She's probably evil.
Turns out, she might be fucking evil. Just, like, a quieter, more sociopathic version of evil.
Yeah, it's like, how do we get rid of racism? How about we make everyone the same race?
Oh God, that makes me so nervous.
Well, yeah,
That's so horrible.
You're
how do we
supposed
get
to
rid of
work toward
racism?
that through
Eugenics.
Oh God.
Well, it's sort of like they were on Supergirl when
it's everyone gets powers. Only
Lena's,
like the opposite.
Yeah, Lena's assistant is like, oh, not only will you save lives by making humans like stronger and more resistant to disease, but by giving them all superpowers, you could potentially stop a civil war by making everyone equal. And I'm like, that is no.
That's just mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, we all just hate each other more. Even if you found a way to turn all human beings like purple overnight, we'd still hate each other.
We'd find something. So, yes. I like that Lauren is kind of, like, starting to pick up that, like, this is not a chill place,
this isn't
actually.
Great.
It was the note of, like, oh, she's the sister of the guy who started
the purifiers.
And immediately I was like, oh, no. Because that goes one of 2 ways.
Yeah.
That sister is either vehemently the opposite and embarrassed by her brother or not.
Yeah, that she thinks that eugenics is the way to solve
Not
this problem.
violence, but eugenics is just soft violence.
It's still violence. It's still
It's
changing
under the
people.
radar sociopathic violence.
It's like like that shit in the Serenity movie where they make everybody.
Oh, man,
they made
yeah.
that whole planet infertile. No, what am I talking
No,
about?
they all died because
and accidentally became the Reavers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
they were
That's what
trying
it
to
was.
make people more passive, so they put
Right.
shit in their water that would make them more agreeable, and then they all just stopped eating and died.
Yeah.
Oof.
Blech.
How do you
So,
clean
anyway.
a spear?
No, I don't want to.
You put it through the wash.
That's not how he died, so it's not funny, and also you're a
A
dick.
spear went through him.
That is true. He got speared in the chest.
It was like a giant spear,
I
right?
thought he was flying the plane. How
He
did
was.
Yeah, and
how
then
did
they
a
crashed,
spear-
and then he was like, "Holy shit! I
did it."
actually survived crashed this," and then blat.
It was like a harpoon from the other Reaver ship.
Oh, I didn't need to remember that. Come on, man. That took a long time to get past. I'm still sad about it.
You're welcome.
Anyway, the show is vaguely not interesting, but also it has moments, I guess.
I'm digging it. I apparently am just much more.
I think it's getting
showish?
a little. No, I think
Showish?
it's getting a little melodramatic for me. Certain things hit a
it's
point where I
X-Men.
just can't deal,
They're
and I hate it.
superhero soap opera.
I think that's why I never got into the comics. I just don't need this much melodrama. No one has conversations, and a single conversation would solve a lot of our problems.
No, the X-Men can only be happy once every 60 issues when they have a
wedding or a birthday?
Yeah, or the back at the house playing basketball or baseball and yelling about using powers issue. Other than that, they're mopey.
Johnny and Blink are great, but they also fight a lot. But also they fight in a way where they love each other and it's okay. But also he needs to talk to her about what the fuck his problem is right now. Mm-hmm. And you can see she's kind of getting to a point where she's like, you need to start talking to me or we're kind of what is the point of this? And I hate that because I love them together.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough. I think, especially because at the point we are right now in the overall story, everything is going to shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so it feels very shitty, and it feels like everything is falling apart, which for me is not where I really like to live.
Yeah.
So I'm like, can we get something?
Can something
work out?
good fucking happen? This thing with Reed was supposed to be good, but it turns out it's secretly bigotry and eugenical Nazism. And I'm not here for that.
Yeah, I think if we go too
Eugenical Nazism. Oh my
Lord.
god.
I think if we go too long
None of
without a
those are
win, it starts to feel too bleak, and then
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like it.
And then
Yeah,
I don't
and that
like
gets
it.
rough.
Which
Also, they're filming it in a really color wash.
Oh, yeah, they
They're doing
leaned
that
into
thing
that.
you hate, where the DC thing, where everything is
Just sepia.
sepia toned and
Yeah.
nothing is bright. I don't know. I hate it. Anyway, that was The Gifted. Can we talk about Titans now, please?
Yes.
I love
this episode
show.
was fucked up.
It was
Man.
really fucked up, on a bunch of different levels and in a bunch of different ways.
God, it would seriously. I was having flashbacks to American Horror Story. They have a whole season that's set in an asylum.
Poor Corey.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh God, yeah, they just cut her open. That was blah blah.
Fortunately, she was, nice and awake for it, so that's great.
Involuntary medical stuff is straight up on my list of nightmare fuels.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it a lot. It makes me really uncomfortable.
I don't think anybody likes it.
Oh, probably not. No.
You don't know.
I mean, Rule 34. Somebody jerked off.
Yeah.
To this.
Yeah.
Ooh, a new hole.
Don't yuck people's yums, but also gross. Tough
As
line
long
to
as it's consensual, I suppose.
I did like the moment, whatever, they're stupid and children, and that's kind of annoying, where I'm mad that both Dick and Corey are we're not going. We just want to do a little recon first.
Yeah.
And then Dum Rachel's we must go now. And I'm like, you barely know how to use your powers. What the fuck are you talking about? And then she and Gar just go do it and immediately get caught. Whatever, fine. And then everyone gets caught. I'm trying to fast forward to the part I want to talk about. Sorry, everyone.
Is it the part where she unfixes that guy's throat and then
Oh
he
my
bleeds?
God.
Oh my god! No, but that was also great.
That was amazing.
Okay, so
we found out she has healing powers.
yeah, so ethical question, is she killing him there?
No, he killed himself.
Yeah, so he cuts
3
his
hours
own throat.
ago.
She heals it. If she takes away that healing,
No, that's still her killing him.
I disagree.
I feel like that's just delay. She delayed his death.
Really, she gave him the gift of life for a short period of time. Like a god.
Well, that's like one of those questions
I feel
where
like we've just rotated around who disagrees with whom.
We're like spinning a wheel here in the back.
there's like one of those questions when you're trying to determine who is guilty. Like if somebody throws a brick off a building and it hits somebody in the head, and they would have died, but then they get hit by a bus.
Did they get hit by the bus because they were hit on the head with a brick and disoriented and wandered into the street? Because it's still the guy who threw the brick.
There's a whole thing that involves like an air conditioner.
No,
and a, like,
I'm
fight.
sorry. If you throw a brick off a building, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You know someone's gonna get hurt.
Or no, what was it? If a guy goes up to the roof and jumps off intending to kill himself, and then on the way down, passes by a window where somebody accidentally shoots a gun and gets shot, and so it's the bullet that kills him rather than the fall, but he was intending to kill himself, is that murder?
No, that's a suicide. This is why I didn't like my philosophy class. I dropped it because shit like that drove me nuts. No, that was a suicide with an accidental gunshot wound.
Oh, it reminds me of The Good Place with the Chidi and the trolley car.
Yeah, no problem!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Chidi.
Where you had to keep getting facefuls of blood.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Anyway, so they each go through their own little hell.
The point I was trying to get to.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
is Dick's in the chair. He's been highly medicated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, that amount of stuff they put inside of him. I was like, are veins big enough for that? We don't
And then
know.
they had to double it.
And then they doubled it because
he's like, I got my Batman training.
Because, like, with his bat, I like that they made a little note. Like, he must have been trained to fight this kind of stuff off. And then I'm thinking about, like, while that sounds cool now, because Dick is an adult,
You know it got weird.
the idea of Bruce Wayne drugging a child so they can learn to not be drugged is, like, so ethically ambiguous. And
Not even ambiguous, man. That's fucked up.
And you give me shit
that's,
for the Lena
fucked
thing.
up.
Come on.
I disagree with you on the Lena thing. That was an adult man with informed consent. He took in a boy whose parents had died, knocked him up repeatedly so that he could learn how to fight
knocked him up?
medicine.
That's a terrible way of...
You said knocked him up.
I meant, like...
That is not a good turn of
I think
phrase.
you knocked him out?
I think I meant, like, knocked him out. Like,
And
basically...
knocked him out and tied him up.
Yes.
Also,
Tied him up
definitely
and
tasered
poisoned
him.
him.
Because,
Yes.
like, Dick...
Took that
held it-
taser and he just, like,
Yeah,
lived
he's all,
through
man,
it.
I don't give a fuck about your
Well,
stupid
like-
taser.
And the only way to teach someone how to withstand torture is to torture them.
Yeah.
Yes!
I saw one of my friends taser himself once, and it was hilarious.
It was one of the Scots.
It was Scott, yeah.
It was the one we don't use. The glasses Scott.
Yes. He's like, guys, I bought
Roller
a...
derby, Scott?
No,
no.
Red
This was
Scott.
Okay.
There was
old
a red
that you
Scott,
never-
a tall Scott, and a gay Scott. Which he named himself that. That was not us.
Is he actually gay?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's gay, but he only dates white men. And I'm like, cool. Gay, but also somehow found another way to hate himself.
Gross.
But anyway, he bought a taser once, and then was like,
Guys,
I
this will be
really want
funny.
to see how this works. And so he tased himself, and he fell over.
Did he pee?
No.
I don't think so, no. So
A lot of guys
Did
pee.
he let one of you guys tase him?
No,
I would tase someone.
No, fuck no, dude. I wouldn't do that. That makes
I
me
would
super
do it.
uncomfortable.
What if they accidentally die?
Informed consent.
That would have sucked because he was in my house at the time, so would have been real awkward.
Oh no, he fell in a pool and drowned.
With the taser. I don't know how this happened, officer.
jeez.
He had that taser in his pocket. I don't know.
So anyway, they're all caught. Dick's going through his personal hell where
He's beating
young
himself
him
up.
is beating up old him. Gar's just getting tased over and over. Corey's getting chopped up.
Which I definitely don't think that's the way to get a shapeshifter to shapeshift.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like these are bad scientists.
they're definitely more the...
Yes!
Let's just poke it and see what happens.
Like, is that even a question?
No, that was the joke.
Rachel...
I made myself laugh.
Oh my god. Unalives Adamson and then cruises on out, finds her mom, and is like, okay, we're going to go rescue
Did it
everyone.
feel really easy to anyone else?
I
Her
did.
finding her mom.
I
and getting
did
her
consider the fact that her mom might be a plant.
I think
but
her mom is a plant.
She
Oh, I
looked.
thought she just rummaged through his computer.
out. Yeah, but you're telling me that they have cameras on the room that Dick is in, but they don't have any cameras leading to the hallway of the room that Dick is in?
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
You're telling me they have 12 plus guards on the outside of this place, but they only have cameras in one room?
Everyone's busy doing science.
No,
I don't know what to tell
I'm sorry. I think Mom's a plant, and that was too easy.
I considered the fact that she might be a plant, but for me it was how shitty she looked. That for me, like the fact that she looked as though she had been through hell.
She could be both poorly treated and a plant.
I mean, that's very true, but
That's how you break someone.
Nah, it's her mama.
No, I would.
You're gonna owe us more ice cream money.
I'm not. I only make one ice cream bet a week.
That's fine. But yeah,
I'm
so
letting you make two.
They
I'm not
escape-
made of ice cream.
And Gar murdered somebody.
Oh man, Gar kind of ate a dude.
He did a little
Look,
bit.
that dude earned that.
Oh, I mean, I don't disagree,
yeah.
but he looked so horrified.
Are we
with
gonna
himself.
talk ever about the fact that this is completely Rachel's fault? Like, is anyone gonna say that out loud?
I hope someone does.
I
I'm
fucking hope
like,
someone goes, "Hey, listen to Team Leader next time."
Yeah,
Don't go running off
don't
half
go
cocked.
running off into places.
yeah. But also at the end, we got a one sweet hallway fight because everyone loves their hallway fights,
Really,
and
that's the
two,
thing.
like Dick beat the crap out of a lot of dudes with a crowbar. Did not kill any of them. Was not overly like. He was very violent, but
he wasn't overly violent.
he wasn't
Yeah,
maliciously
It was
violent.
the right amount of violence for
Yeah.
what had just happened and how he had to get everybody out of there.
And it seemed like he was in control, and
Yes.
and I think that's just going to be better for him health wise because
Yeah.
if you feel like you're always constantly spiraling and not in control, it just makes you feel like shit. And then of course we got that like very melodramatic
Oh my
bit of
God.
him watching the suit burn.
Also, his face in that
Metaphors.
puddle, like,
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great.
come on.
Yeah.
You know what worked better? Is him not chasing down the evil lady scientist. That was a perfect moment of his making a turn as a character.
Yeah.
We didn't need those other two things to happen.
That was fine. No, I actually
I loved watching his suit burn while he stared.
that was so extra. I loved it.
Like, I'm not kidding. I love that.
I hate both
That
of you.
was so great. He's a little drama llama, and I am here for it.
Drama-
All I want is for, like, the three of them to just, like, doggy pile on a bed and, like, nap together for 3 days.
Here's for it.
Rachel's not invited.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, I would
Rachel
say-
is the reason we have to do this. Rachel can go get ice cream with her plant of a mom.
Well, at least Rachel was the one who helped rescue everybody at the end.
I guess.
So she did help them get out of there.
Too easily.
That's fine. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah. Although, apparently not next week, because I guess next week is like a Hawk and Dove flashback, which I don't like.
That's
What?
weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's about their origins, and I'm like,
This is a weird moment to have that
yeah,
episode.
like I'm down for having them be in the show more.
Yeah.
But that should either have been right at the beginning of this season or more likely the beginning of next season.
Yeah.
I don't need this right now. Like,
No,
we've got
that's
a storyline.
I want to
going.
know what happens next.
Yeah.
Basically, I want Rachel to apologize to everybody, and if that doesn't
Yeah.
happen,
My
I'm going to be
bad.
mad.
Spoiler.
They cut open Corey while she was alive.
She's not going to apologize.
She better fucking apologize.
Okay.
They almost took Corey's finger.
That was not okay.
Yeah, I'm curious if it would have grown
Actually,
back.
are you sure it's going to be a Hawk and Dove? Because I saw Next Time On, and they weren't in it.
Oh, weird. That's what I'd read, but maybe.
Because Next Time On, we get Corey's name. They talk about who she is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
But,
they say
I wonder.
Starfire for the
I wonder if
first
I'm
time.
a week behind, and the next time on was actually. It's because the next one is aired already, so that's the next one for us. Regardless, there's a Hawk and Dove.
Okay,
Coming
I
down
think
the
you're
pipe.
right. It's
Yeah.
the next.
Okay.
So the next one is a Corey episode,
Nice.
and then it's a Hawk and Dove episode.
Okay.
Which makes more sense to me. I feel like we should do a team member episode after this shit show
Yeah.
of pain and violence.
Yeah.
I love this show.
This show is so good, and I'm so angry about it. Like, it has no right to be. Because I was, like, playing Two Dots while I was watching all these things, and a couple of the shows pulled me out enough to, like, watch it. And this was one of them. I was like, oh, it's fine. I love this. And then eventually I wasn't even playing anymore because the show was so good.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we do it?
We did.
Yeah.
So we're back next week with everything again.
Everything again. New podcast name.
Yeah. I'm excited, I guess, for next week.
Everything,
but the problem
all
it's
the time.
it's the week before Elseworld, and like
Who cares?
I want to get to the good shit, yo.
Let's do it.
Batwoman.
What day does Elseworld air?
The 9th. Starting this Sunday. So yeah. We'll see you next week for all of our favorite shows.
which we will talk so fast to get through so we can watch Elseworld.
Right. So thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Same bad time, same Pow channel.
Bam, pow!
I can't stop thinking that's the way I am. A one-way runaway. I get my feelings